Sweetheart, sometimes life brings us to moments where everything feels quiet, uncertain, or even a little empty. It's as though what once flowed freely has slowed to a trickle. You might find yourself wondering, why now? Or even whispering, what did I do wrong? But there is nothing wrong. Life isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. These moments of less, these pauses, are not here to hurt you. They are here to help you grow, to listen more deeply, to trust more deeply. Life is wise, and it knows when we are being made ready for more. There is a beautiful rhythm in the universe, like the inhale and the exhale. There is a time for blossoming and a time for resting, and both are sacred. When we are in the space of less, it often means we are being called inward, asked to strengthen our foundation, to look within and ask ourselves what we truly believe about who we are and what we deserve. We are being shaped from the inside out. Just as a seed must be hidden in darkness before it becomes a flower, we too grow in these hidden places. I have learned that when things are taken away or feel distant, it's often because something greater is on the way. But to hold more, we must become more. Not in the way the world often tells us, louder, faster, busier, but deeper, steadier, softer. The less is often the sacred preparation for the more. Think of it like a container. If the container is cracked or not strong enough, it cannot hold what's meant to fill it. And so life, with all its loving wisdom, gives us these sacred tests, not to harm us, but to build us, to strengthen us from within. And sometimes those tests come in the form of stillness, a slowing of work, a quiet season in relationships, a bank account that feels too tight, but all of it is an invitation to look at where we are placing our worth. Is it in what we do, what we have, what others think? Or can we begin to place our worth in something far more eternal, our spirit, our truth, our presence? There is such power in slowing down and turning inward. When life gets quieter, it's easier to hear the whispers of the heart. In those whispers, we can find answers that the noise of the world can never offer. We find that we are not forgotten, not abandoned, not failing. We are simply in a sacred pause, a moment designed just for us to realign, refocus, and rest. During this time, it helps to speak kindly to yourself. Be gentle. Let your inner voice be soft and supportive. You are not here to rush through life. You are here to live it deeply and fully. Speak words that comfort you, not criticize you. When things feel like they're not moving, instead of saying, nothing is happening, try saying, something is being prepared for me. Feel how different that sounds in your heart. This time of less is not empty. It is rich with potential. It is the soil where new roots are taking hold, even if we cannot see them just yet. You are being asked to trust what you cannot see, to keep showing up for yourself with love and presence, to let go of the need to control and instead lean into the arms of life, knowing you are held and guided. So many people feel ashamed when things slow down or when they're not producing or achieving, but there is no shame in rest. There is no shame in uncertainty. Life moves in spirals, not straight lines. You are still moving forward, even if it looks like standing still. Growth is not always loud. Sometimes it is silent, deep, and sacred. You can ask yourself softly, what is life asking me to trust right now? Sit with that, not to figure it out like a puzzle, but to feel it like a melody. Trust is not always a loud decision. Sometimes it's just waking up and choosing not to give up, choosing to breathe, choosing to bless what is, even if it's not what you expected. And when that feeling of less wraps itself around you, hold it gently. Speak to it like you would a dear friend. Say, I see you. I know you're here to teach me, and I am open to learning with love. That is how we soften. That is how we grow. That is how we get ready for more. Not with force, but with grace. Life never takes anything away without offering something in return. But we must trust the timing. We must believe that the universe is working in ways we cannot always understand. We must let go of needing everything to make sense right away. Sometimes the most beautiful blessings come after a long, quiet season, and when they arrive, we are strong enough to hold them, not because we forced our way there, but because we surrendered with love. You are not being punished, you are being prepared, and preparation takes time. Let this be a season of trust, of stillness, of soft strength. Let your heart open to the idea that you are being loved into more, even when it looks like less. Say it with me gently. I trust the process of life. I'm exactly where I need to be. There is a sacred hush in the quiet, a space where miracles are born. You are in that space now. Rest in it. Breathe in it. Allow it to hold you. You are not behind. You are becoming. Now, when life feels like it's asking you to live with less, it's easy to feel like you're losing. But it's not always a loss. It's often a lesson in disguise. Think of a tree in autumn. It sheds its leaves, not because it's dying, but because it's preparing for new growth. It doesn't cling to what once was. It lets go, trusting the cycle. You too are in a cycle, and this part is necessary for what comes next. Sometimes the less we have, the clearer things become. The noise fades, the distractions fall away, and what's left is the truth, your truth. Who you really are underneath all the doing. There is wisdom in this space. There is clarity waiting to be discovered, and you don't need to chase it. It will rise in you like sunlight through a window. In this moment, you are being invited to slow down, to look around, and to ask with kindness, what is truly important to me? Because when we're used to having more things, more noise, more movement, we sometimes forget what really matters. But when life gives us less, it's not a punishment. It's a gift, a quiet moment to come home to ourselves. Let yourself come home, not to an idea of perfection, not to an image of success, but to the gentle truth of who you are, a beautiful being, worthy of love, worthy of peace, and deeply connected to all that is good. Now take a breath, a slow, loving breath. Place your hand on your heart if it feels right, and whisper to yourself, I am enough, I am safe, I am guided. Let those words settle into your being like warm sunlight, because they are true. And in this space of truth, something sacred begins to bloom. You are being tested with less so that you may grow into more. And not just more things, but more wisdom, more strength, more love. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your unfolding. You are not lost. You are becoming found. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt by grace. Life is preparing you for more than you can yet imagine. Trust the space. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. You are on your way, and you are never alone. Sweetheart, in a world that moves so fast and speaks so loudly, it's easy to begin believing that our worth is something we must prove, that we are only valuable when we are achieving, creating, or giving. But that isn't the truth. You are not your job. You are not your achievements. You are not your possessions or titles or roles. You are something far deeper than that. You are a being of love, a soul wrapped in human skin, already worthy, simply because you exist. So many people are taught to measure themselves by how much they do or how much they have. But this only leads to emptiness, because no matter how much is gathered, if the heart is uncertain of its value, it will never feel like enough. That's why the greatest healing comes not from adding more, but from knowing that you already are more. You are not here to prove your worth. You are here to remember it, to return to it like a warm blanket. Your value does not come from performance. It comes from presence, just being, just breathing. The tree does not prove its worth by growing faster than the others. The flower does not fight for attention. It simply blooms in its own time, in its own way. And you, dear soul, are blooming too. You don't need to wait until you have more, do more, or become more to start loving yourself. The love must begin now. Speak to yourself with gentleness. Stand in front of a mirror and look into your eyes, not to judge, but to truly see. Say to your reflection, I am enough. I matter. I am lovable just as I am. These words may feel strange at first, but with practice, they begin to take root, and one day, they grow into a truth you no longer question. Each time you place your hand on your heart and offer it kindness, you plant a seed of healing. Each time you replace self-criticism with compassion, you water that seed, and little by little, your heart remembers. Your body softens. Your spirit begins to shine more brightly. This isn't about ignoring your goals or desires. It's about releasing the idea that you must earn love through them. You were born into love, and that love still lives within you, even if the world tried to make you forget. So come home to it. Let it hold you. Let it speak through you. Sometimes when life gives us less, it's giving us space to rebuild the truth. It's inviting us to clean the inner house of old beliefs, outdated patterns, and painful stories. It's not to tear us down, but to set us free. Free to live with deeper meaning. Free to breathe without fear. Free to wake up each day not asking, am I enough? But declaring, I am. When you live from that place, you begin to see everything differently. The pressure fades. The comparisons dissolve. And what's left is peace, not the kind that comes from having everything perfect, but the kind that comes from knowing you don't need to be anything other than who you are. Your worth isn't up for negotiation. It doesn't rise and fall based on outcomes. It simply is. And when you begin to live from that truth, life begins to reflect it back to you, in opportunities, in relationships, in healing, in grace, because life responds to how you feel about yourself. Affirm this with me now, gently and lovingly. I am enough. I am lovable. I am valuable. Let those words linger. Let them find a place in your heart. Say them again when doubt visits. Say them when the world tells you otherwise. Let them be the new foundation you walk on each day. From this foundation, you begin to notice beauty in the small things. A sunrise, a quiet moment, a soft smile. Life becomes less about chasing and more about cherishing. And that, my dear, is where real joy lives, in the heart that knows it is already whole. Now, just as a garden must be tended before the harvest arrives, so too must our inner world be cared for before abundance flows. Life is not random. It is deeply intelligent, deeply loving. It offers us chances again and again to prepare, to learn, and to grow, not as punishment, but as preparation. Before more is placed in your hands, life lovingly asks, can you care for what you already have? This is not a test to make you feel small. It is a sacred invitation to become intentional, to be fully present with what is already here. When we begin to treat our current life as sacred, no matter how simple it may seem, we create the energy of readiness. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to do this. Not forced gratitude, not the kind that ignores pain or dismisses struggle, but the kind that opens your eyes to the quiet gifts that already surround you. Even on hard days, there is something to honor, a breath, a moment of peace, a kind word, a lesson. Begin by writing down 3 things each day that bring you comfort or joy. They don't need to be big. Often it's the smallest things that carry the most meaning. A warm drink, a soft blanket, the sound of birds in the morning. These are not just moments. They are messages, gentle reminders that life is still with you, still loving you, even when things feel quiet. As you deepen your gratitude, you begin to see more, not because life suddenly changes, but because you do. Your vision becomes clearer, your heart becomes more open, and in this openness, more can come in, more peace, more clarity, more abundance. When you are grateful for the little, you signal to life that you are ready to receive the big, not because you need it to feel whole, but because you've created space for it, a space built on trust, presence, and care. Every thought you think plants a seed. Every emotion waters that seed. Every action shapes what grows. So plant seeds of love. Water them with kindness. Tend to them with patience. And in time, a beautiful garden of joy and abundance will grow in your life. Say this softly with me. I bless my current life with love. I am ready for more, and I care deeply for what I already have. Feel how grounding that is. Feel how true it becomes when spoken from the heart. And now, as we speak of trust, we must remember this truth. Life has its own timing, not one set by the mind, but one set by the heart of the universe. And the universe is never late. It is always on time, always guiding, always moving pieces we cannot see into place for our highest good. It's only the ego that rushes, that pushes, that demands. The soul, on the other hand, waits in peace. The soul knows that just because we cannot see movement does not mean there is none. Underneath the surface, in the silence, miracles are taking shape. When life slows us down, it is often because we're being aligned, not delayed, aligned. Something better, something truer is on its way, but it must meet us in the right place, at the right time. We are being moved gently, even in stillness. You don't have to make everything happen. You don't have to force the doors open. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is soften, breathe, and trust. Say to yourself, life is unfolding perfectly for me. I trust the timing. Let that affirmation soothe your mind. Let it quiet the worry. Let it be a blanket you wrap around your heart when doubt sneaks in. Trusting the timing of life is not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things from the right energy. It's about taking action when it feels true and resting when it's time to be still. It's about learning to listen to the quiet wisdom that lives within you. There is a current in life, and when you align with it, things flow. Not always fast, but with grace. And even in the pauses, you are still moving. Like the tide, you are always being carried, sometimes forward, sometimes inward, but always toward what is meant for you. So take heart. You have not missed your path. You are not late. What is for you will not pass you by. Life is not testing you to see if you're worthy. Life is showing you how strong, how wise, how loved you truly are. Speak kindly to yourself in this waiting. Bless the pause. Welcome the stillness. Trust the unseen, because what's coming is greater than what you've known, not just in form, but in feeling. A deeper joy, a fuller peace, a richer life that reflects the fullness you've been building inside. Say it one more time with love. I trust the process. Everything is working out for my highest good. And believe it, little by little, with every breath, with every quiet moment. Because it's true, it always has been. Darling, I know how fear can sneak in like a shadow when things feel uncertain, especially when there's not enough, when the bills feel too heavy, when the job is unclear, when relationships shift, or when the future feels like it's hiding. But even in these moments, you are safe. Even when you feel like you're walking through fog, the ground beneath you is still solid. Life is holding you. You have not been abandoned. You have not been forgotten. Fear of lack is one of the oldest fears. It makes the heart tighten, the breath shorten, and the mind spiral. It whispers things like, "There won't be enough," or "You'll never make it through this." But those are not the voice of truth. They are echoes from the past, echoes from a world that taught us to believe we are separate from our good. But you are not separate. You are connected, deeply, always, to a source of love that never runs out. When fear rises, the most powerful thing you can do is return to the present, right here, this breath, this moment. Ask gently, "Am I okay in this very breath?" And you'll often find that the answer is yes. The present moment is where your power lives, not in the imagined future, not in the painful past, but here. You can also begin to replace fearful thoughts with healing ones, not by pretending things are perfect, but by gently choosing love over fear. For example, when your mind says, "I'll never have enough," you can say, "I trust that life provides for me in ways I may not yet see." You don't have to believe it perfectly right away. Just say it with willingness. Let it soften the fear, like sunlight warming the cold. Fear loses its grip when we bring in compassion. Be gentle with yourself. If your heart is racing, place your hand on your chest and say, "It's okay to feel this. I am safe. I am loved. I am supported." These words are more than comfort. They are healing medicine for your nervous system, your body, your soul. You are not defined by the amount in your bank account. You are not defined by whether things are all figured out. You are defined by the truth of your being, loving, creative, strong, and divinely connected. Lack is not your identity. Love is. Breathe, my dear, and know that the universe is always finding ways to support you, sometimes through unexpected paths, sometimes in quiet ways, but always, always with love. Even when the outer world seems empty, you can begin to fill your inner world. That is your true power, and that is where real wealth begins, not in things, but in the peace that lives inside. Now let's talk about that peace, that inner abundance. The truth is, no matter what is happening around you, you have the ability to connect with the energy of abundance within you. This isn't just about money or things. It's about joy, creativity, warmth, inspiration. It's about feeling full from the inside out. You can begin by asking, "What brings me peace? What makes me feel alive?" And you might be surprised. Sometimes it's the sound of birds in the morning, the taste of something warm, the way sunlight rests on the floor. These are not small things. These are gifts. These are signs that life is still loving you. Make a joy list. Write down all the simple things that make your heart smile. It can be 10 things, or 3, or just 1. Keep that list close. When things feel heavy, return to it. Add to it. Let it remind you that beauty still exists and you are part of it. Your body responds to how you think and feel. When you feel stressed and fearful, your body tightens, your immune system lowers, your energy drains. But when you feel joy, when you feel gratitude, your body softens, your cells relax, healing begins. This is the mind-body connection, and it is sacred. You can even begin each day with a simple ritual. Place both hands over your heart, take a breath, and say, "I am full of love and peace. I choose to see beauty today." Let those words lead you into a day shaped by presence. Even in the hardest seasons, there is something beautiful within you, something that no struggle can take away. Your spirit is whole, your heart is wise, and your soul knows the way. By nurturing inner abundance, you become a magnet for outer abundance, not from force, but from alignment, because life responds to energy. And when your energy is full of peace, trust, and gratitude, you begin to attract people, experiences, and blessings that match that energy. So yes, things may feel uncertain, but inside of you is a well that never runs dry. Draw from it, nourish it, trust it. Your joy is not dependent on conditions. It is your divine birthright. Let's say this together, slowly and with warmth. I am rich in love. I am abundant in peace. I am full of joy, even now. Feel those words wrap around you like a soft embrace. And now, my love, we arrive at a great truth. What we do with little, we will do with more. Life is always watching how we show up, not to judge, but to gently guide. If we are careless with little, we may not be ready for more. But if we are present, grateful, and intentional with the little we have, we open the doorway to more. This is not about being perfect, it's about being conscious, loving what we have, honoring what is already in our care, whether it's money, time, relationships, or simply the energy we carry. It all matters. If you have only a few dollars, bless them. Use them with love. If you have only a little time, use it with intention. If you have only a small space, care for it as if it's a sacred temple. Because it is. Everything you have is an opportunity to show life that you are ready for more. Ask yourself gently, where can I show more love to what I already have? This is how we prepare. This is how we build trust with ourselves, with life, with the flow of abundance. And when life sees you honoring the little, it begins to trust you with the greater. Because you've shown that your hands are ready, your heart is open, and your spirit is aligned. You don't need to rush. You don't need to chase. You simply need to show up fully and lovingly in the life you already have. Say this with me. I honor all that I have now. I treat it with love. I am ready to receive more. Let that be a prayer, a promise, and a path forward. And finally, precious soul, when the doors begin to open, when the blessings start to arrive, allow yourself to receive. Sometimes the biggest block is not the lack of blessings, but our belief that we don't deserve them, that we must earn every good thing, that we must suffer first. But no, you are not here to suffer. You are here to receive, to live, to love, to be held by the goodness that flows from the heart of life itself. You must be open, not only to giving, but also to receiving. Receiving joy, receiving support, receiving compliments, receiving ease, receiving wealth. Say yes to it. Say yes to the good. Let it in. This means clearing away the old stories that say I'm not good enough, or I'm too late, or I don't deserve this. Those are lies told by fear. The truth is, you are worthy now. You are loved now. You are allowed to receive now. Speak these words with me, slowly and with love. I am open to receiving all the good that life has for me. I welcome it with joy and gratitude. Let your heart be soft. Let your hands be open. Let your soul be ready. Because what you've been waiting for is not as far away as you think. Life is bringing it to you, one breath at a time, one loving thought at a time, one faithful step at a time. You've walked through the season of less. You've honored it. You've listened. You've healed. And now, my dear, you are ready. Ready to be trusted with more love, more peace, more fulfillment, more abundance. And you are ready not because you've earned it, but because you've aligned with it. The universe trusts you now, and you can trust it too. Let this be your final affirmation. I am trusted with more because I have grown through less. I receive all with love and I walk forward in peace. You are so loved. You are so supported. You are so ready. And everything you need is already on its way to you. Let it come. Let it bless you. Let it flow. And know always you are enough. You are whole. You are divine, now and forever.